Good afternoon, everyone. So, what I'm doing here is I'm doing rear calipers. Yeah, I know the center cap's missing. I lost it at the track day, but I got new wheels coming in. They'll be here tomorrow. So, I'm doing rear calipers, same wheel wood black calipers that I'm going to be doing here on the rear. This time, I'm going to go from a 2-piston to a 4-piston. Let's see if I can show you real quick. Let's see. I haven't even looked at them myself. But yeah, here they are. Black, 4-piston. So I'm going to be doing this in stages out throughout the day because I am working. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to break the wheels loose. The lug nuts loose. Jack up the car, take the wheels off. Then I'm going to go back to work. Then I'll come out and start and I'll do a little bit. So it's going to take me an all-day thing. Hopefully to be done by tonight. But this will be relatively simple because I shouldn't be running into the same issues that I need a bigger rotor or I need a spacer, because look how much space is between the old caliper. I hope you can see it. Between the old caliper and this wheel. So I should be completely fine. I hope so. So yeah, let's get going. So the wheels are off. The next step I'm gonna do when I come back outside is I'm gonna go ahead and take the calipers off, which are just 2 bolts. That's the whole bracket. And then I'll disconnect the line that's actually holding it together. So I'll disconnect the caliper first, lay it to the side. Disconnect the caliper here, which is like 2 bolts on here on the back. This is one of them, and there's another one below. I'm gonna set the caliper up here. Then I'll start working the line, which is right there, which is relatively easy itself. Yeah, and I'll do one at a time as time allows. Back at it again. We are going to keep moving forward with, so what I already started doing was actually taking off the caliper bolts. But apparently I don't have to remove the caliper at all. These were both existing in there because it didn't come with any brackets. And the instructions aren't saying that I need any brackets. So, it wouldn't hurt if I do take the bolts out and just replace them real quick with brand new ones, since I have brand new ones right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that since I'm already down here doing it. And I'm going to keep moving forward. So, yeah. Okay, so we got the caliper off, as you can see right there. And we got the pads off. The pads have plenty of meat on them because they haven't been on that long. Maybe about, I don't know, 5 or 6 months. So, now we're going to go ahead and see if this, I don't know. I got to play it by ear. I think maybe the bracket does come off. And then this just attaches directly, like this bracket, maybe it does come off, and then it attaches directly somewhere. I'll figure it out, and then I'll tell you guys. Okay, so I've kind of figured out how it's supposed to be. So I took the whole bracket off, caliper bracket, and this is just going to attach to the entire the actual wheel hub assembly, if that's what you want to call it, but the whole spindle. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and prep the bracket. The caliper itself. I'm going to go ahead and find the 90-degree hose or inline fluid fill thing. And I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down. You peel this off just like I did on the other video. And you go ahead and tighten, the fill screw for the actual brake line in there. So let me go ahead and do that. Well, not the fill screw, the screw that's feeding, brake fluid all the way into the caliper. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Okay, I know the lighting's bad, but so what we're going to do is I have my little bolt here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put 2 of these bronze crush washers on there per the instructions. I'm going to put 2 of them on there, and sorry about the camera and the fingers, but yeah, put 2 of them on there, 2 crush washers, and just go ahead and what am I gonna do? I'm actually confused because, so I think the way it goes is I got the brake line here. And then this goes through this hole and it gets installed like so, like that. And then this, of course, attaches to the brake line back there. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Let me see. Do I have any diagrams? I'm 99% sure there's not going to be a diagram for it. Let's see. We got our little instructions here. Let's see. Lines must have sufficient length and not to bind over time. Yeah. This is it. Make sure the pedal is firm. Where is it at? I saw it somewhere. Oh, here it is. There you go. So yeah. 2 new crush washers installed. Torque bolt to blah blah blah. Replace crush washers and banjo bolt whenever we summon. Yep. So yeah, I think that's how it goes. Let's check and see if it threads in. Cause I mean, it's gonna thread in. It has to thread in. Otherwise, we got bigger problems. Yep, threads in with no issue. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm actually gonna go ahead and disconnect the brake line over there. Let's see, what do I want to do first? Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and install this on here and then disconnect the brake line. So yeah, let me go and do that. Okay, I know the camera's vertical. Let me turn it sideways. There we go. So got that somewhat on there. Didn't tighten all the way down because I don't have flex until I get everything mounted and I tighten it up. I also went ahead and disconnected the brake line back there, and the full caliper is completely disconnected. I'm lucky, knocking on fiberglass right here, that no brake fluid is leaking out and I don't have a mess just yet. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and separate this bracket from this actual brake line, then attach a new brake line and just basically reverse everything. So let me go and take care of that. Shouldn't take that long. So we got the line going, tightened on in there to the car. So the next thing is I'm gonna go ahead and put brake pads inside the caliper, which is pretty simple. I think it's the same thing as the other system. Probably just take this little nut out right here and slide them in there real quick because they're held on to by little tabs as well. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not really seeing how they go in there, but I'll figure it out and then I'll tell you guys after it's over. Go ahead and set that down as gently as possible. Okay, go ahead and put the pads in there and then go ahead and just mount it, and that's kind of it, really. But yeah, I'll go ahead and do this real quick. Okay, so I got the caliper on there and everything's been tightened down. I'm running some issues because this is a Z51 rotor, and this rotor right here is a base model rotor. I only have one of the base models because I let someone else have my other one at the track day because his brake rotor like literally just broke. Like it was, I don't know if it was heat or just because it's too old, but like it was completely destroyed. So I gave him one of mine. So I got Z51 rotors, and I didn't come on any like adapters for the bracket or anything like that. And at first I couldn't get the caliper to go on there here on the back side because there's a Z51 bracket, which is this part right here, and you can see it extends right there. So I was trying to take this bolt off, and I found out here in the back it's not a normal bolt. It's like a gigantic Allen or torque screw, and I went to my biggest ones in the bag and I don't have it. After trying to line this up perfectly, I was actually able to get it on there. Both bolts have gone in, and the last part I need to do is I'm going to bleed the brake, this one brake, and I'm going to make sure that I get free movement here and I'm not rubbing the caliper because there's like no gap or there's very little gap and I can't see it between the caliper and the rotor. So I'm going to bleed the brake real quick, then I'm going to start the car and then try to get the wheels turning and the rotors turning and see what it's like. So yeah. Okay, so got it all on there, got this brake bled. It gave me quite a scare because there was a lot of dust coming on, but the pads are like on there so tightly. Everything just seemed that, you know, it was a lot of dust and smoke coming off and material. I think actually probably some of the material down here might be like metal shavings from the caliper because it looks like the rotor might be cutting into it a little bit. I mean, really don't know what to do. I mean, I got it, I put the wheel on. I mean, I got, after the first, 10 seconds, the wheel rotated freely. I didn't see any issues. The only thing left to really do is just to put the wheel on and do the other side. So I think that's what I'm just gonna do. So yeah, and then I'm gonna do a test drive. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Put the wheel on, do the other side, and then just go from there. I do have 2 shims on here on the back side. I don't know if you can see. You probably can't because there's no light. But right there I got 2 shims, and I got 2 at the bottom. So I might do, I'm going to do 2 on the other side. Maybe 3. But 2 should be okay. Trying to see if it rotates freely. No. Okay, so let's go and work the other side, and then we'll get an aftermath of after I do breathe the brakes in and all that stuff. So yeah, let's go and do that. Okay, so we got both calipers on. Both brakes have been bled. The passenger side actually went on a lot better than the driver's side. One thing I did have issues with on the driver's side is that this kept leaking, the connection, so I had to redo it like 2 or 3 times and just make sure I did it right, and also put some thread sealing on there, and so it's holding pressure. I'm not having any more leaks. Gonna go do a test drive. I'm pretty sure everything's gonna go fine. If you haven't been to the channel before, please like, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go and put the wheels back on, and that will be it. Thank you.